Okay, 9 seconds is going to be the entire duration of that demolition. Well, let's get a move on then. Syrma SGS, the listing of the day. Sandeep Tandon joins in. He's the executive chairman of the company to discuss the growth prospects as well as their fundraising objectives and more. Good to have you on board. To begin with, it's 110 crore rupees from the pre-IPO placement, 760 crores of free fresh issue, 766 crores. So can you walk us through the plans to utilize these funds, Sandeep?
Yeah, so we plan to, so this with this IPO, there's a huge opportunity that we see in the growth in our industry. So about majority of this, about 500 crores of this is capital expansion in Greenfield and brownfield facilities that we are adding, and about 130 crores is towards working capital, and about 230 crores is on the general corporate purposes.
Okay, and you're also increasing your capacity. Do you have more orders in hand, or are you seeing any more inquiries which could result in more orders, and therefore would you be looking to up your capacity, and what's the rationale behind your capacity expansion?
So there is a huge projections that we are seeing with new customers that we are seeing. So this is of course taken long time to build up. We've been working with these customers long time. So we are seeing huge demand coming up, and of course we are planning for new demand coming up. So it's a mix of projected orders from customers as well as new opportunities coming that are requiring further expansion. And in addition, we are also embarking on a little more R&D spend, and that is also resulting in more inquiries and production that is coming. So for next 2 years, we are seeing demand from the customers very clearly, but beyond that also we are seeing inquiries that have made the decision to expand.
Good morning, Nanthar also joining in on the conversation. Bumper listing, let's talk about the road ahead, the new capacities that you're planning. When all of it is going to come online, what kind of revenue boost should the markets expect?
So I think we have projected for next 2 years very clearly in that, but what these projections, the capacity should come online within the next 18 to 24 to 30 months, that depending on how quickly we can move. But we have already started one of our expansion in Manesar for a production facility, which is focused on the telecom space, which is as per the telecom PLI. That is already started in Manesar. And a second part of the expansion is the R&D center in Chennai, which we've already started already. So 2 are done, and then over the next 18 to 30 months, we should be able to deploy majority of the capex expansion.
Percentage of your raw material comes from China. There must have been supply chain issues, a China plus strategy that must have also been put at play. Give us an update.
So supply chain issues, I mean, I'm sure all of you know it's been a serious challenge in the last 2 years. So supply chain issues are, I mean, they're constantly there, but this is one of our skills in our company. We have always managed our supply chain very robustly, and we've been able to walk through this issues of COVID and Ukraine war and China shutdowns very well in this space. Of course, on the supply from China is a big force in here, but I mean our supplies are from all over the world. They're North America, Europe, South Asia. So components and parts come from all over. China is a major vendor, but it is not a specific issue as such that certain components are all kits coming from China or anything like that. But of course, supply chain has been a chaos like all industries have seen in the past.
The government has also introduced various PLI schemes of late. You applied for a couple of them. One was for telecom and the other for white goods, as I understand. Could you share more details on the same?
None of our projections include benefits from PLI, but this is a very good, initiative by the government of India to put India on a level playing field. Like currently, I mean, in labor, we are much cheaper than China. Infrastructure, we are we are there with China. Power, we are very strong also, we are cheaper than China. So this is a great time for India. Where we struggle is our logistics, right? Because the ecosystem has not been built. So PLI has been designed to help overcome that logistics challenge that India faces, and that way it supports the manufacturing in India. And it is a critical need that a country as big and as vast as India should have electronics manufactured in India. So that's what the goal of PLI is. The intricacies is it's led. It's a very well thought out policy by the government. It is led with investment growth as well as revenue growth. So those two criteria result in a benefit that comes to the provider of this growth. So that's the way we are looking at it. But being a new policy, we have not left, we don't believe in building business models on subsidies. So we have actually just focused on how we build the business as we build the business. And if this PLI is a benefit that the government is offering, we want to make sure that we, are compliant with it.
Sure. Lastly, over FY 20 to 22, your revenue growth was strong, but the profitability front of the performance continues to remain weak. A, what reasons would you attribute to the same? And then what is your outlook going forward?
So, 21 was a challenge in the sense that when you have growth, you have a lot of customers, new customers coming on board, right? When these new customers come on board, you don't have full extraction of the margins and profitability, and you have issues with building up the capability. So you carry a little more inventory, you carry a little more productivity losses. So that's why you see that. But we always try to maintain double-digit EBITDA margins that in our business, and we are focused on trying to add more value to our customers and just not moving goods. So that's the thing. But the profitability is not challenge as such. It's the growth that leads to issues that are there.
We're going to leave it at that and look forward to regular interviews with you now post this bumper listing. Thanks a lot for joining us today.